is Eric Bechtold, one of the co-founders of Push Button Profits, and I'm very excited that you're watching this little training video because today we're going to talk about something that can truly give you an edge in your business. Now, this is what I consider my secret weapon. I know Jeff and Kit also feel the same way because it has really been the secret punch that's elevated us up in the compensation plan to the top of the leaderboards, along with a lot of our other leaders as well. So what I'm talking about, obviously, is direct mail, and more importantly, these little money-making missiles, these postcards that we've put together for our team. And I'm going to talk to you about these in great length so you understand exactly what we're doing with these direct mail cards. But I want to talk about really a problem I see. A lot of people in the home business industry ignore direct mail, and they do it because they think it's difficult. And honestly, there is a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot of expertise that needs to be utilized in order to make it profitable. So what I want to tell you here, and really just kind of go back to the why we started Push Button Profits in the first place, is it's been our goal. When Jeff, Kit, and I, when we came together, we did so with the goal of putting together a business opportunity that is extremely simple for everybody to execute. So we're taking some pretty difficult concepts, to do direct mail campaigns and understand how to do that effectively, to build lead funnels, to put together autoresponders, to do all the follow-up campaigns. Everything that goes into Push Button Profits is a very difficult endeavor for the average person to do. So we put our expertise together to literally make very complicated marketing processes push button simple for you, and to empower the average person to seriously make some money. There's a lot of conflicting information out there. There's a huge learning curve when you start a business, and it's our goal to give everybody the ability to simply push buttons and start making money. So let's talk about how we've made postcards push button simple and why they're so important. Let's go ahead and turn the page now and we'll dive right in. Okay, so there are a few elements here that I wanted to talk about, and I left number 4 blank. We're going to fill that in as we go through this little presentation here, but I want you to stop and think about this. Now, postcards are really, or direct mail is really the most personable form of direct response media, mass media. So although we can send out 100,000 of these cards, which we often do for our team at a time, we can really personalize this card. It's got their name in the headline. It's got their name within the subject and the body copy. It even has their name and information on the URL. So people, they see this thing, they get excited, and they go, wow, there's a website with my name on it. I really need to go check it out. And so we've got a couple different executions that use that personalization. But think about it. When somebody takes the time to send you something in your mailbox, it shows you that you're really important to them. That they put a stamp on the cards. They had to pay a little bit of money for this to happen, and they had to put a little time into putting it together, and they sent that out to you. So because it takes a little bit of time, and because it does feel personal because you're actually going out to your mailbox and opening the box and going through it and having a real life experience with it, it really draws people in. It really is a magnetic way to attract people. Now, we take them from that offline environment online, but the hardest part of any business is really getting the attention of your consumers and getting them to take that first step towards digesting the information so that they can move forward. So making it personal is very, very important, and that's the beautiful thing about direct mail. It really is personal. Now, so we've talked about that. Let's move on to targeted. It's one thing to talk to people on a personal level and to connect with them, but it's another thing to be talking to the proper people, to the right people. And I want you to think about this. So why is direct mail so amazing? Well, the reason is we can actually go out to opportunity brokers and we can rent the names of people who have recently bought an opportunity. So we're using 2 different pieces of information. In marketing, you always hear people talk about demographics and this and that, how old a person is, how much money they make, where they live, what color is their skin, all that kind of stuff. None of that matters. In the home business community, the demographic that matters to me, or more of a psychographic, is what that person is passionate about and what they're spending their money on. And I can figure out what a person is passionate about based on what they're spending their money on. So there's a couple different types of people out there, right? There's, let's just lump everybody in 2 groups. There's entrepreneurs, and there's those people that have kind of bought into what society teaches. Go out and get a job, work for somebody else. Basically, be a cog in the wheel, if you will. But an entrepreneur goes, hey, there's something better out there for me. I want to find an opportunity. So they'll go out and they'll find an opportunity. They'll buy an opportunity. And because they've been spending money on opportunities, we know they're passionate about making money and getting out of the rat race. Okay, so the best way to target somebody in a home business opportunity is to find somebody who's already spent money on a home business opportunity. So what we're doing is we're renting the names of targeted opportunity buyers, not just seekers, but buyers. If somebody's poking around on the internet, they may be seeking something, but you have no way of knowing what they've bought in the past. And that's a critical difference in why we can really laser focus and target our message, marrying the right message to the right audience at the right time. So that's what targeting is all about. Okay, so I love this. Now let me talk a little bit more about how we do this in a mail campaign. So if you're doing one of our custom postcard campaigns like this, we actually will do 100,000 cards, 50,000, 100,000, depending on what size group we're putting together. And what we'll do is we'll go out to a bunch of different list brokers. Okay, so to do 100,000 cards, you may need to get something like 125,000 records, buyer records. Okay. And the reason you get more than you need is because we're going to merge and purge, and that just means we put them all together and we purge out the duplicates. So John Smith may be on 3 different buyer lists, and that means he's a real good buyer, but we don't want to send John Smith 3 of the same cards from 3 different people on our team, right? So what we're doing is merging and purging them to get a targeted list. And this is one of those little strategies that a lot of people don't understand. So a couple things we do to the list, and I just want you to understand the intricacies of what we're doing, is merging and purging them. Then we create a record in our database so we can do personalization and set up individual websites for each prospect. And at that point, we're assigning those prospects in what we call a stratified sample. So it's kind of a fancy way of saying that we're shuffling them all up like a deck of cards. So if there's 100,000 or 100,000 unique records that we get out of this 125,000, we want to make sure that you're not just getting your cards going out to one segment of one list. We want to shuffle them all up so that you're getting a sample. Some of your prospects will be coming from all across a whole bunch of different lists that are still targeted and buyers. That way we can get a really good result for everybody involved in the process. So that's the strategy we go through. It's a very painstaking process. It does take a lot of time for our database administrator and our programmers to get all that done, but we do that because it's the most important step. Then once we get that done, before we actually assign, and this is back up one step, we actually do a NCOA with the post office, which is a national change of address. We run our list through the post office to make sure that if anybody has moved or changed their address, that we're able to update that record before we mail out. And that means we'll have a lot fewer returns coming back to our post office box. So you see, there's a lot that's going into making this targeted. There's a lot that's going into identifying the audience. The majority of what we do is getting the right audience for our message, which is going to be very personalized to that person in the direct mail situation. But number 3, engaging, and we've talked about this in a little bit already. But think about this: when you open that little mailbox, when you go out and you open that little door on your mailbox, and you pull out a card, and this is why I like postcards. Unlike letters or unlike something that has to be opened, as soon as you pull it out and you see your name, you're instantly excited about finding out more. You want to know what's going on, and you want to take a look at this, and you can read it right away. So it's very engaging, and it stops people, and they're going, oh, what is this? And then they see their name on the website, and they go, oh my gosh, there's a website with my name on it. And they read this, and it says, we've set up this amazing website for you. We've got this amazing opportunity, and it's so powerful. We wanted to go ahead and create a website directly for you because we know you'll be perfect for this. You need to check it out right now if you want us to share this with the world. That type of language, getting them excited and drilling them in so they want to go check it out. It's really difficult for somebody to get a postcard or a letter or something in the mail that has a website with their name on it and them not actually go check it out. So that gets a lot of people to go to the site automatically because we already know who they are. We're able to add them to your back office and we're able to engage them. So the other cool thing about this is the website itself. When they go to the website, we already know who the prospect is and we can talk to them by name on that site as well. So think about that. A personal experience in the mail itself, in the card, a targeted message to the right person, and then not only is it personal on the card, but the entire experience engages the prospect because we can talk to them by name on the website. How many times have you visited a website that you'd never been to before that already knew who you were and was talking to you by name? That pulls people in. You know, you hear marketers talk about things like one of the oldest arguments I've heard a lot of marketers talk about is what the most powerful word is in the English language. People throw around words like free and discover and sex and, you know, all these different words that, you know, get people excited and increase their emotional engagement. But I'll tell you what, if you're in a room of 1,000 people and somebody walks up on stage and yells your name, let's say your name's John, they go, John! All the Johns in the room are going to turn around. Boom. They're going to want to know who's calling their name. The most important word in any language, really, is your name, your prospect's name. If you can communicate to them by name, you'll cut through the clutter and you'll get them excited. So we are engaging them on a level, not only in the direct mail piece, but on the website, which is really unique and really a very powerful way of getting your prospects engaged in getting our message so that we can connect with them. Now, lastly here, the last thing I want to do to fill out here is simple. Okay? Because again, it all goes back to our why. Why did we put together Push Button Profits? To take some serious marketing know-how and to boil it down into something that's push button simple so the average person can make it work. And that's exactly what we're doing. So we have some pretty fantastic direct mail opportunities for you within Push Button Profits. Stay tuned to our Money Monday team calls to get details about them. But guys, you're in the right place. You've got a team that is working diligently to literally create an opportunity for you to duplicate on a massive scale by eliminating the learning curve and making all sorts of great marketing opportunities push button simple. So again, this is Eric Bechtold, one of the co-founders of Push Button Profits. I'm excited you're watching this video. Make sure you take advantage of our direct mail opportunities in combination with your other forms of push button marketing. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching this video.